All right. Donald Trump absolutely punks AG Letitia James by getting an appellate bank of judges to lower the fines levied against him by more than half. According to sources in New York close to Letitia James, she is furious, absolutely furious that she could not get Donald Trump. Now, this means Letitia James of New York can't steal Donald Trump's properties. This means that she can't steal his money. He's going to win and he's going to get that money back. Plus, Biden and Harris make some serious mistakes that cause the price of gas to go up for all Americans. And there's drama in the Republican Party, but it might all be on purpose. I'm going to warn you right now about what might be coming out. But first of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps me out, and I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Now, former President Donald Trump just achieved a significant victory in New York when the appellate court reduced his bond from $454 million down to $175 million. They just went ahead and wiped more than half of it out because they know that this is a scam. Now, although $175 million is still a substantial amount of money, Donald Trump expressed his intention to comply with the appellate division ruling, stating, "We will abide by the decision of the appellate division and post either a bond, equivalent securities, or cash." While Donald Trump was granted a real chance to appeal, Attorney General Letitia James' office stated bitterly that the $454 million still stands. You still owe us, Donald Trump. A spokesman for Letitia James stated, Donald Trump is still facing accountability for his staggering fraud. What fraud? You mean the one where people made money, not lose money? The one where no one complained except for Letitia James and Trump-hating Judge Arthur Engoron? There's literally no victim, and yet he's paying. They say that they're sticking it to him. He's going to pay. I don't know why they don't focus on the real crime in New York. Theft, death, the R word, illegal immigrant crime. It's crazy. Maybe they just feel bad that they can't steal his money and give it to Democrat-backed unions that will then buy them votes. Now, Donald Trump also revealed the real reason why New York originally demanded such a high bond from him, stating, "Through hard work, talent, and luck, I currently have almost $500 million in cash." The mainstream media called him a liar. They said he's inventing this. He's posturing. He's lying like he always does. However, Judge Engoron, during their trial, had requested all of Donald Trump's financials. And in there, they figured out that Donald Trump had nearly $500 million in cash. And guess what? That's how they came up with the number, because they knew that he 100% had the money and that they were going to try to steal 100% of Donald Trump's cash. Isn't that disgusting? It's absolutely crazy to me. Now, I want to hear from you guys over in the chat. I want to see, type me out a W if this is a huge win, or if you still think that he lost, give this an L. Now, I think that this is a big win. Again, $175 million is a huge amount of money. Money that you and me could almost not imagine. But he's going to get that money back. So for me, this is a big W. Big W. So, okay. Now, this also now leans towards Donald Trump winning his appeal case. As a bunk, they call it a bunk of judges, can see through just how ridiculous Letitia James is. She ran on getting Donald Trump. She said that she would take joy in waking up every day and suing him over and over and over again, that's where she would derive her energy from. It's just disgusting. So she's the loser. He's going to come out the winner. So he's won the battle. Now we just have to win the war. Now, all I can say is that President Biden's campaign messed up big time when they said broke dawn, because the Democrats and the judge that hates Donald Trump, Arthur Engoron, they knew he had the money. They knew it. The financials proved it. And yet they tried to leverage this against Donald Trump as being a poor billionaire. Shortly after Joe Biden mocked Donald Trump for his financial issues, it was revealed that Donald Trump would make $3.5 billion off of Truth Social going public. While it was originally thought that he would have to sell his shares to make the bond, the appellate court said, broke Don, I mean, mega rich Don, you don't have to sell that. You can go ahead and keep all of that. So I guess broke Don ain't so broke. And broke Biden, yeah, he's still broke. I mean, he's worth 10 million, but we know that most of that is stolen Biden crime family money and a book deal where he knew he had nothing to talk about. So he used stolen top secret documents. Now that's about to become a big pain in Joe Biden's butt, because House representatives have now subpoenaed the author, the ghostwriter. Biden can't even write his own books. The ghostwriter to testify against Biden's crimes. I guess Robert Hur didn't have the courage to move forward, but guess what? The rest of Republicans in Congress are going to do it for him. Now, over the weekend, the Senate avoided a government shutdown by passing a $1.2 trillion funding package. However, it came at the expense of House Speaker Mike Johnson's reputation. Marjorie Taylor Greene is now threatening to have him removed. So it's kind of a big deal. But one thing that the Bidens are really, really mad about is inside that bill, it was written that you can't hoist up an LGBTQ flag at any U.S. embassy. And now Biden is threatening to remove this. Democrats are losing their mind over the fact that that was snuck into the bill. Now, while this controversial move will possibly lead to his removal, speaking of Speaker Johnson, some Democrats have vowed to protect him. Democrat Representative Jared Moskowitz stated, "I do not support Speaker Johnson, but I will never stand by and let Marjorie Taylor Greene take over the people's house." Now, in my opinion, Republicans can't just keep firing everyone they disagree with. At some point, they've actually got to do something for the American people. So it's time to get back to work and work for the people that voted you in. All right, now I know many of you that watch me are Republicans, and I hope that the clowns in the Republican Party can keep it together. You know, there's this idea floating around that many Republicans are retiring early in order to hand the majority in the House back to Democrats. Then Democrats plan to label Donald Trump as an insurrectionist criminal and block him from running for office. They're going to push this as close to November as they can, and then they're going to do a full court press. The reason they did this is because when the Supreme Court ruled that Donald Trump was not an insurrectionist and not removable from the Colorado, Illinois, or Maine ballot, that only Congress could decide this. Well, guess what? Congress is going to try to decide that. It won't be the Republicans. It'll be the Republicans handing the majority back to the Democrats, and then the Democrats coming for Donald Trump's blood. Sorry, I had to take a quick drink there. All right, now, speaking of Mike Johnson, he has just extended an invitation for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to address Congress. After receiving massive backlash for calling for Netanyahu's replacement, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer stated, "Israel has no stronger ally than the United States. Our relationship transcends any one president or any one prime minister." I mean, this dude's eating crow. Not only is Chuck Schumer a secular Jew, that is now being accused of hating his own people, he committed a no-no, which is to call for the removal of another country's leader. He did this. He did this to his own people. He did this to the Israeli government. Now, you can decide whether you like Benjamin Netanyahu or not, but you and I do not have the authority to remove him, and neither does Chuck Schumer. In a recent interview with ABC News, Vice President Kamala Harris suggested that if Israel decides to go after Rafah, Gaza, that there could be repercussions. Now, there are not going to be repercussions because there are so many Jews in American leadership that they are not going to do anything against Israel. And nobody cares what Kamala Harris has to say, especially when it comes to politics and Israel. So she's basically, just parroting ideas that are being told to her. But then, you guys, she went on to absolutely embarrass herself. Vice President Kamala Harris recently visited Puerto Rico to highlight the United States investments exceeding $140 billion in the territory. Now, I love Puerto Rico, but you would not guess that we have invested $140 billion because guess what? They have corrupt government leaders, and no Puerto Rican listening to this is going to disagree with me. I love the Puerto Rican people, but they know that their government is absolutely corrupt. But during Vice President Kamala Harris's visit, she was observed applauding during a song that was making fun of her and America. An aide promptly informed Miss Harris what the song meant, and she stopped participating. Additionally, some individuals in the audience displayed signs labeling Harris as a war criminal and accused her and Joe Biden of committing genocide in Palestine. The Biden-Harris duo has to be the most clueless U.S. world leaders in history. It's crazy. It's like they don't even know what's going on in their own administration. Now, today, the Financial Times revealed concerns from the Biden administration about Ukraine's drone strikes on Russian energy infrastructure and how it could possibly lead to oil price increases, including here in the United States. But wait, you say, we're not buying oil from Putin in order to stick it to Putin. But the reality is we are. They sell it to India, and then Biden secretly buys it from India. It's a total scam that makes it more expensive for you and I. But get this, they take our tax money, they give it to Ukraine. Then Ukraine uses it to attack Russian oil, and then it makes it more expensive for all of us to buy gas for our cars. Gosh, it's absolutely crazy. All right, now in Russia, President Vladimir Putin has vowed retribution against those who carried out the mass shooting incident. This was a terrorist attack. Over 130 people died from this. Close to another 300 were injured. The attack was different from many other incidences because the evildoers were captured alive. Now, 4 of them appeared in court today. It was obvious that they have been beaten severely. One of them had his genitals electrocuted. This is not how we do business in America, but over in Russia, they get answers one way or another, and they want their answers. Now, while Russia is faced with real terrorism, Representative AOC of New York is still saying, don't look over at Russia. Keep your focus on Donald Trump. He's the real terrorist. He committed terrorism against his own government on January 6th. During an interview on CNN, AOC was asked how an independent should view Donald Trump when it appears that he is being unfairly treated. AOC claimed that Donald Trump's problems aren't because of politics. It's because he's a terrorist that ordered an attack on the United States Capitol. I mean, do you guys, she actually believes this. The FBI has investigated this. They've arrested 1,200 people. They have 0 connections to Donald Trump. There were 0 orders given. There are 0 connections between him and the groups that caused problems that day. And yet she continues to spout spout off complete bullcrap lies on national television. And even CNN doesn't say, wait a minute, AOC, you're making things up in order to rally your base and get them agitated. Now, despite having protected status, a Chinese-owned tanker was just hit by missiles in the Red Sea by the Houthis. Did China think that Iran-backed terrorists wouldn't actually attack them if they just gave them money? They are trying to disrupt global commerce. They are trying to mess up anything that might bring money to the Jews in Israel. It's their entire focus. It's like their mission plan. And China doesn't get it, that they're only going to continue to ramp that up. I thought, well, maybe they'll get some support because they're buying $450 billion worth of oil from Iran. But the Houthis are saying, no. We're doing it our way. Crazy. All right. Hey, thank you guys so much for being with me tonight. Please give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button. We want to get to 1.6 million amazing truth seekers. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I'm going to put a video around here as soon as this live goes off, but I want to say that you are amazing and that I love you, and I appreciate all your support for this news channel. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video.